Good afternoon. My name is Ashley Shelton, and I'm the founder, president, and CEO of the Power Coalition for Equity and Justice.
Identify yourself and you may proceed.
I'm sorry. I thought we were going to all go. I'll introduce ourselves. Hi, I am. I kind of changed my talking points up today because, as I said before you, I'm a little tired. We have been moving this process, working with community, educating community for over 2 years. And actually for us, we've been doing this since the census. We've been working with communities across the state of Louisiana. And I think it is unfortunate that fairness is a concept that evades us here in the legislature. And so as we sit here today with one more chance to do what's right, I hope that we find a pathway there, because what is true is that for many of the plaintiffs, what I'm clear is that if we can't get our map through this session, then Judge Dick is going to give us a second minority-majority district. And what I do know too is I've traveled the state. We have worked on this process starting with the roadshows. Hundreds of folks participated in the roadshow stops across the state. We trained, talked to, worked with communities. We also had unprecedented citizen participation within the redistricting process. We know that at least on one day, there were over 300 green cards, which, are affidavits. So these are Louisiana citizens and other folks from our legal team from outside the state as well, who said that they support this map. And I think that today we have some community with us. Certainly the weather, put us in a position to not have as many people be able to join us. But what we know is that the theme that has been clear is that across those roadshows and throughout all of the redistricting sessions, the veto session, and the sessions that would follow, and court, that at the end of the day, people want a fair map. And the people have said it time and time again. And here's what I think is important to understand around African American voters. When we were in that first session around redistricting, African American voters from all over this state, folks that would not even benefit and would not even live in whatever, in the district that was in the 2 or 3 potential districts that could be created, understood that they wanted to have one more voice in Congress that reflected their experiences, their values, and fighting for the things that matter to them. For example, the infrastructure bill that was basically our entire delegation, with the exception of Congressman Charles Carter, was voted down. It was not voted for by our delegation. And so in the second poorest state in the country, I am always confused around why we are voting around political lines instead of voting for the needs and the interest of our people. I also want to talk about the cohesion of this map. I support this map because it does something that I think is very true for all of the parishes that are included in the new district, all of the areas that are included in the new district. It is composed of all of the communities that are overlooked in the current districts where they exist. Whether it's North Baton Rouge, the Florida parishes, or the Delta, we find that all of those communities are not centered in the districts that they are in. And so this would be an opportunity for these communities to actually have a voice. And we also know that these communities have rich culture and history, but also have some of our, lowest, life indicators, whether it's life expectancy, maternal mortality, and other issues. And so these are things that we can fix not only at this legislative level, but certainly at the federal level, and they need that attention. And so, for me, this is really just an opportunity to, again, affirm what I have said now for the last 2 years, which is, fairness isn't complicated. And I think Representative Marcel said it best. We're not going to all get what we want, but 2 districts I think we've shown both through the original session that there were 8 different maps that showed that it could be done 8 different ways. And here we are, again, looking at a number of maps, including ours, and proving yet again that it can be done. And so with that, I will conclude my testimony and certainly allow my other plaintiffs to speak.